What's the biggest "nah, I'm out" moment you've had on a date? 1. It was our 4th date. She brought up the ex's conversation, asking, "How many relationships have you been in? Why didn't they work out?" Without skipping a beat, she told me she'd probably still be with her last partner, but he left because she lied about taking birth control. 2. She showed me 2 pictures of exes and asked where I would rank myself with them. 3. Prior to the date, he told me he had a son. During the date, he casually mentioned he actually has 3 children, but 2 don't count because their mom is an a-hole. 4. Attempted to rekindle a relationship because we bumped into each other at a happy hour, had a fun conversation, and I thought perhaps things ended prematurely. She was game for grabbing dinner and even suggested a good Italian place she had been wanting to try. Done. Reservation booked. Time set. The day of our date arrived. We were supposed to meet there separately, but mid-morning she texted asking if she could get picked up. Sure, no problem. She texted again, this time asking if we could change the reservation time to an hour later in the evening. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Done. Another text, this time asking about possibly going to a different restaurant because one of her girlfriends suggested a better spot. I actually reserved a table at said better spot at the later time and everything. Oh, but then I found out she didn't want the later time at the better spot. She wanted to go back to the original time. I forget exactly what my text message said at this point, but it was something along the lines of, "I'm sorry to do this, but I'm just not hungry anymore." 5. She drove through a red light going 50 miles per hour and totaled 2 cars. Almost ended me. 6. I gave her my phone to put music on in the car and saw in the reflection of the passenger window that she was going through my texts. 7. He asked me how much the bill was for his portion on our first date. I scanned the bill and said, "Just put in $15, and it's fine, I'll get the rest." He grabbed the bill out of my hand and proceeded to explain to me the exact amount he owed for about 5 minutes, like I didn't understand basic math. 8. We met online, so it was our first time meeting in person. Met at the restaurant, parked close, so our initial meeting was in the parking lot. He says hi, asks how the drive was, and then tells me that if I didn't agree to hook up with him after dinner, he wasn't going to bother with the meal. I got right back in my car and left. 9. He said he was a bartender. We went to his apartment, and he said he'd make me a drink. Then he put my drink in a different style glass than his. I asked to add something to it, took a single sip, noticed he was watching me very intensely, so I said, "Try this, it's so good." He didn't drink it. I left. 10. He asked me to go to a movie. Then pulled up in Crocs and PJs, said we were going to his house instead of the movie theater. Then proceeded to tell me he doesn't actually have his driver's license.